translating each and every word when you want to speak in a particular language is like carrying a huge luggage on your back. Yes. See, one thing is that when you want to speak in any particular language, then your brain must coordinate with you to speak in that language only, to think in that language only, right? Otherwise, you will end up failing in making that conversation successful or giving a speech successfully or giving a presentation in a good way. So you will stuck at each and every point when you give a presentation, seminar, or when you are in a situation to speak with someone in English or in the target language, right? So you need to understand that translation is something that you need to stop when you come to a stage. And in this video, I am going to tell you some of the things that would help you in order to stop translation completely in your mind and think in English only. Okay? Without any delay, let's get into the video. Hi, Namaste. Welcome to my channel. I am Gowthami. The first thing you need to understand is that learning a new language is like bringing out a new personality out from you. Okay? When you speak in your native language, you will sound in a different way. When you speak English, you will sound in a different way. When I speak Hindi, I sound in a different way. When you learn a new language, you come to know the cultures and roots of that particular language, and that is that you are going to experience it. You are going to see a different personality coming out, a new personality emerging inside from you. So you need to accept that. You need to accept that change. At the initial stages, it will be hard for you because you will not be able to memorize all the words, but in a flow, within a flow, everything is going to come into place. You need to understand it and you need to embrace yourself. You need to feel that particular change and accept that particular change. Then only it will be easy to you to learn any new language, and then only it will be easy to you to stop translation in your brain. If you see a particular thing around you, for example, if you see a fan, then your brain must tell that it is a fan and not the name of that particular thing in your native language. It happens only when you trigger your brain to think in your target language only. Okay? So whatever the changes that are coming in your brain, just accept them and continue your journey. The second thing you need to understand is that during this process, you will undergo a process of transition in which another brain is going to develop within your brain. Yes, a second brain is going to develop inside you, which thinks only in your target language. So at this process of transition, it is quite common that sometimes you get confused, you get messed up, and sometimes you will know the word in target language and forget that particular word in native language, or you know that word in native language and you can't spell it in your target language. You know, this mess happens. Chaos is essential. So don't take it too seriously and let your second brain grow eventually, so that with the time you are going to reduce this process of translation, and after this stage of transition you will not translate at all. You will directly think in your target language only. The third point you need to remember is that you need to stop chasing for perfection, which is a very wrong notion. So many of the people think that I will become perfect, then only I will start speaking. You know, this is not going to work out. If you make mistakes, then only your brain is going to rectify those mistakes, then only you will become fluent in any language. So if you want to stop this process of translation, first of all, stop chasing perfection. When you stop chasing perfection, then your brain will be in a position to think in different perspectives and memorize new words in your target language, right? It will try to make new sentences. It will try to learn new things regarding your target language, which is very essential. So While learning this language, don't try to chase perfection. Instead, support your brain to make mistakes and rectify them. Fourth point you need to remember is that you need to create an emotional connection with this language. Emotional connection, what is it? How can I do it? Is this the question running in your mind? Let me tell you. Emotional connection is something that you are going to create a bond with that particular language. If it happens, then it is really hard to forget that language. In order to do that, what you need to do is that if you learn a new word in English or your target language, you are going to connect that particular word into your own routine, your own life. And you need to use those words and use those phrases and use those sentences to form a story regarding yourself, your emotional feelings. Okay, when you connect those words, those phrases with your own feelings emotionally, then you will remember it for a very long time and it is very hard to get rid of those phrases. If you observe any English speaker or any speaker, will use some specific words more often. Why? Because they used those words more emotionally, connecting to their own life. So that is what you need to do. When you do it, your brain will not find it hard and it eventually stops translation of that particular thing or particular emotion or particular feeling, or to describe anything, it will directly think in English instead of your native language. So try to build some emotional connection with that language. The next thing I want all of you to know is that write diary. When you daily write something or the other, not only diary, you may write a short story or you may write diary, you may write journal. It's up to you, but try to use English before going to bed. Okay? When you start doing it, if possible, after writing, try to create a small video or read out aloud what you have written. This is very important to remember that particular language, because as you are doing this activity right before you hit the sack, your subconscious mind will be working in English only when you sleep. Okay? You need to train your subconscious mind and help your brain to build the second brain in English. Then it will be very easy to you. In order to do that, try to do some activity. It may be either writing a diary or speaking for a few minutes. Try to do it in English right before you go to bed. Okay? In this way, your subconscious mind will think in English till that time. So after you sleep also, your subconscious mind is going to work in English or your target language. The next thing I want to share with all of you is that the power of daily habits. Yes, I have told you so many habits that worked out for me. I want all of you to pick up at least one or two habits. It is quite good if you pick up all the 4 habits. I am going to provide the link of that particular video at the end screens. Please check it out. It is not a lengthy video also. So please check it out and try to pick up the 4 habits. Try to do it for 5 minutes at the initial stage if you are too busy. Okay? So what I want to tell you is that habits have a lot of power to improve your English speaking skills. Do you know that consistency is going to beat out the intensity of work? Yes. If you do any work consistently, it is going to provide you more instant results. So try to be consistent. You will be consistent only when that particular thing, that particular activity is going to become your habit. So I recommend all of you to practice reading, writing, speaking, or doing any activity regularly and create it as your new habit. At the initial stages, try habit bunching or habit stacking method, in which you are going to compile 2 to 3 methods. Okay, so you need to create some habits when you want to learn English and when you want to speak English fluently. The more you create habits, the more you will be in touch with this particular language, the more you will become free to use this particular language, the more comfortable you will feel, and your brain is not going to get any stress. So it is going to get rid of translation day by day with your efforts. Later on, after 10 to 15 days, you will not find any difficulty to translate because your brain already stop translation process. You will get to know that. So these are some of the points that helped me and it may help you. That is the reason I have shared. If you like this video and find it useful, please click that like button so that it will be shared to some other people through YouTube. If not, you can directly share it in your WhatsApp groups or any community groups. Thank you so much for watching till the end. See you soon in the next video with another interesting